Good morning, students. Today's lesson is about grammar and we are going to read about conjunction. Okay, so what is a conjunction? Conjunction is a word that is used to join words, phrases, and clauses. Okay, both independent and dependent clauses in a sentence. A conjunction is made use of to write a compound sentence or complex sentence. Now, what is a complex sentence? A complex sentence is one that contains an independent clause and at least one subordinate clause. For example, the independent clauses that made up a compound sentence can be joined by a coordinating conjunction for, and, nor, but, or yet, so. So, for, and, nor, but, or yet, and so are coordinating conjunction. Okay, what do I say? What are coordinating conjunction? Coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or yet, so. Understand? And then a conjunction can be a word or a phrase. There are three groups of conjunction. Okay. Number one, coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions that join words, phrases, and clauses. Number two, subordinating conjunctions that join only clauses. And third one is correlative conjunctions that are paired conjunctions. What are they? They are paired. P-A-I-R-A-D. Paired means group, in group. Okay. Let's get more information about coordinating conjunction. A coordinating conjunction is used to join together words, phrase, clauses, or sentences. Okay, so there are 7 coordinating conjunctions: and, but, for, nor, or, so, and yet. And these words can be remembered by remembering fanboys. Okay, F-A-N-B-O-Y-S. I'm telling you the formula to learn this. Fanboy. F means for. A stand for and so on. Understand? The most commonly used of these conjunctions are and but. It means and but are used mostly. And connects similar ideas, while but connects two contrasting ideas, means opposite ideas. Understand? Although coordinating conjunctions share the basic function of connecting words, phrases, and clauses in a sentence, each of them has a specific meaning. So, the following show example of the coordinating conjunction being used. You can see, first of all, we would see for. So, for, we use for to express a reason or purpose. Understand? It has similar meaning as because, since, and as, and can be used in place of any one of them. See the example, like he finds it difficult to see clearly. Reason? What is the reason? For he is partially blind. Okay, see the second sentence. He left early. What is the reason of his what is the reason behind leaving early? For means because he had to be on time for the meeting. So you have seen that we use for to express a reason or purpose. Okay, and next one is and. And we use and to add one thing to another. Okay, like they kicked and punched him. See, you can see connect, these are connecting words. They kicked and punched him. Then next sentence is her mother bought her a strawberry ice cream and bear lollipop. So you can see that and is joining phrases here. It joins two different phrases here. Okay, having similar ideas or similar things. Next, nor. So nor we usually use nor before the second negative after the first one. We can also use it as the last of a set of negatives. Like the audience was not very impressed by their performances nor their jokes. Okay. I notice your socks are never washed nor your car. Next is but. We use but to introduce an additional phrase or clause that is different, means opposite from each other or different from what has already been mentioned. Like, without looking, he stepped on a dog's tail, but he didn't get bitten. Understand? You can see that but is joining two different things. Second example is there were only small beans in the soup, but it is more delicious than the tomato soup I had yesterday. Next is or. We use or to show alternatives or different possibilities. Understand? Like we can go now with umbrellas or when it stops raining. Understand? Next is that beef or mutton in the curry. So you have seen that here the word or the conjunction or is showing different ideas, different notion. Understand? Now next is yet. We use yet to add something surprising because of what has just been mentioned. Like he is only a little boy, yet he is able to carry such a heavy load. Okay, I reached there half an hour late, yet no one else had turned up. So here we have used yet to tell something surprising because of what has just been mentioned. Okay, next is so. So is used to mean for this reason, for this reason. Okay, we use it to mean for this reason. It has similar meaning as therefore. Understand? It has the same meaning as of therefore. Example, the rain got heavier, so the match had to be abandoned. Okay. Next, her neighbor threatened to burn her house down, so she made a police report. So what is the meaning of so here? So mean for this reason or therefore she has done this or he has done this. Now, I would like to tell you in a nutshell meaning and use of coordinating conjunction once again. First of all, we had read and. Okay, we have read for also. Okay, now just for means what is the meaning of for? Because, since. Okay, what is the use? It is used to show the reason for something. Understand? The next is and means also. And what is the use of and? It is used to introduce something to another thing that is already mentioned. Okay, then there is nor. Nor means not either. It is used to show not one or the other. Okay. Then there is but. But means however. Okay. And it is used to introduce something contrasting with what has been mentioned. Next is or. I told you this is the alternative. This means alternative and it is used to show choices. Okay. Then yet. Yet is it means in spite of that. and it is used to add something that is contrasting or unexpected. Okay. Next is so. So means therefore, and it is used to link possibilities. Understand? Now we will read about subordinating conjunction. What is a subordinating conjunction? It is a word that introduces a subordinate clause which cannot form a sentence on its own. The subordinating conjunction connects the subordinate clause, also called a dependent clause, to an independent clause to form a sentence. Okay. So see the following example that shows a subordinate clause in bold. Okay. So each subordinate clause always begins with a subordinating conjunction. The rest of each of the sentences not in bold is the independent clause. That's clear. And also called the main clause. What do I say? Means these examples show subordinate clauses in bold. Okay. And each subordinate clause always begins with a subordinating conjunction. And rest of each of the sentence not in bold is independent clause, also called the main clause. Independent clause and main clause are the same thing. Understand? So you can see the examples. I will read for you. These girls are already drunk, although they have not drunk much. Okay. So you can read them one by one. I will elaborate these examples. So as can be seen, the above subordinate clauses are introduced by subordinating conjunction, although, because, before, since, unless, and whenever. A subordinating conjunction can come at the beginning of a sentence and in more than one word, as shown in the last example. You can see the last example. Okay. So it can come, means subordinating conjunction can come at the beginning of a sentence and in more than one word. You can see in the example, even though. Okay. Even though. But what is important to remember is that the subordinate clause must not be used independently as a complete clause or a sentence. Then more examples of subordinating conjunction like after, as, if, lest, now, once, provided, supposing, and then, though, till, until, when, where, whereas, wherever, whether. These are the more examples of subordinating conjunction. Understand? And subordinating conjunctions of more than one word are like as long as much as soon as though, even, if only, in order, that, just as, now, that, provided that, rather than, so that. So these are the examples of subordinating conjunctions of more than one word. Okay, you can see I just said as long as. So there are three words in this subordinating conjunction. Okay. Now next, one more thing I would like to tell about that an independent clause can be turned into a subordinate clause. Understand? Now the next is correlative conjunction. Correlative conjunctions connect two words, phrases or clauses. Okay. Correlative conjunctions, as mentioned earlier, are paired conjunctions. I told you before in the beginning when I started. Conjunctions. Paired conjunction means they don't come in single words. Okay. They come in the form of pairs of words like either or, neither nor, both, and, not only but also, whether or like this. You can see in the example, you can buy either this chick or that duckling. So you can see that either are used as pair in this example. Similarly, both and are used as pair in this sentence. They stole not only a car but also. So not only but also are used, okay, in pair in the same sentence. I could not decide whether to marry her or her sister. So here you can see whether or are used in the sentence which are paired, okay, conjunction. Now either or, neither nor, how can we use them? See, when using either or neither nor, ensure that the verb agrees with the subject that is closer to it. Okay, remember this. This means if the two subjects are singular, the verb is singular, and the verb is plural if both subjects are plural. Okay, but if one subject is singular and the other one is plural, the verb can be singular or plural depending on the subject closer to it. Like either John or Johnny plays. See, John, Johnny, see the word plays. So we have used single verb for Johnny. Understand? As goalkeeper in the match. So what do we mean? Either John or Johnny. So that's why we are taking them as singular noun. And for them we are using singular verb. And so is in rest of the sentences. Like neither he nor his brother wants. See the verb wants. That is singular. Okay. Actually, why it says plural? Because it is added. They have used s. That's why they are speaking it as plural. So it's a simple thing. When the verb is a noun is singular, then we should use plural verb with it. If the noun is plural, we should use single verb with it. Simple. That's simple. Understand? Like either the boys or the girls. So here you can see nouns are plural. And with that, they have used the verb have, which is plural. Understand? Neither the boys or the girls are ready to sing first. Then either the manager or the players are blamed for the poor performance. Either the players or the manager is blamed. See here. So how they have used with the agreement of the noun or verb, like either the players or the manager. Players and then the manager. We have used the verb is blamed for them. Okay. Neither the players nor the manager is criticized. Neither the manager nor the players are criticized for the loss. So simply we can see that when we use either or neither nor, okay, we should ensure that the verb agrees with the subject that is closer to it. It means that if the two subjects are singular, the verb is singular. And the verb is plural if both subjects are plural, but if one subject is singular and the other one is plural. The verb can be singular or plural depending on the subject closer to it. Okay. Now, how can you avoid the error? See, example, no, I could not go neither by bus nor by train. So you can see neither is a negative word. It's wrong. Okay. It is wrong to use. So neither is a negative word. It's wrong to add another negative word. Couldn't. Two negative words make the sentence positive. What do I say? Two negative words like here neither and couldn't. Both are negative words, and two negative words make the sentence positive. So that's why we should avoid the use of such things. Okay, neither is negative word. It's wrong to add another negative word, couldn't. Two negative words make the sentence positive. So it should be yes, I could go neither by bus nor by train. How it should be? It should be like this: I could go neither by bus nor by train. And this is all right. Now, next is conjunction connect same part of speech examples. Like, I have brother and sister, a sister. So, noun linked to noun. We joked and laughed. Here, joked and laughed both are verbs. So, they are joining. Here, and conjunction and is joining verb to verb. She is tall and beautiful. Here, the conjunction and is joining adjectives. Okay. He often eats quickly and noisily. Here, the conjunction and is joining adverbs. Okay. Conjunction connect phrases. For example, the fisherman is carrying a bucket of fish. Words in bold letter are phrase. Okay. And then and walking along the beach. You can see bold letters which are phrases. So what are phrases here in the first sentence? Carrying a bucket of fish, and another phrase is walking along the beach. So you can see here both phrases are continuous tense. Okay. So which word is joining them? And word. And conjunction. Next, they were running across the field and jumping over the fence. So here the conjunction and is connecting two phrases: running across the field and jumping over the fence. So and is connecting these two phrases. Next, I enjoy watching TV and eating popcorn at the same time. Okay, so and is connecting watching TV, eating popcorn. And then he likes listening to ghost stories and visiting haunted places. So here and is again connecting two phrases. Okay, and both are gerund phrases here. Like listening is a gerund. I just made you, I explained about gerund in previous lesson of grammar to you. And another gerund is visiting. So here in the last sentence, the conjunction and is connecting two different gerund phrases. Okay. Conjunctions connect clauses. So in joining clauses, we leave out some words. Okay. Like we went closer, we were able to see it better. See, we went closer and were able to see it better. So and is joining these two clauses. What are clauses? We went closer. This is number one clause. And number two clause is we were able to see it better. And both the clauses are joined by and in the second sentence. Next is the zoo has two hippos. It also has two camels. So you can see two different clauses joined by and. The zoo has two hippos and two camels. Okay. She is friendly. She is not very considerate. So here you can see these are two different clauses. She is friendly but not very considerate. So two different ideas are connected by the conjunction but. Will you have a coffee or will you have a tea? So how these are joined? Will you have a coffee or tea? Okay. So you have seen that how different clauses are connected by these conjunctions. Conjunctions and but and another one is or. Okay. Now, choosing the right conjunction is important to make the meaning clear. It is important to choose the right conjunction. Okay, it is very important to use right conjunction in order to give correct meaning or making meaning clear. Okay, for example, he is intelligent but hardworking. See, this is wrong. It should be like this: he is intelligent and hardworking. Okay, since the conjunction and connect similar ideas, it should be used in the above sentence. So, first one is wrong and second one is correct. See other examples, more examples. I have always been weak in mathematics and I have never failed a test. This is wrong use of the conjunction here. The correct use should be like this: I have always been weak in mathematics, but I have never failed a test. Okay. Reason: but is more appropriately used because the two sentences above have opposite ideas. I have written it for you in the bracket so that you can understand it easily. I had bacon and an egg. I had bacon, a toast, and an egg. The lower one is correct. Okay. See, if he is not here soon, we shall leave without him. We shall leave without him if he is not here soon. So, first one is a little inappropriate one, and second one is appropriate one. Okay. When you see him, please talk to him about it. It should be written like this: this is appropriate. Please talk to him about it when you see him. Next, although she is my office colleague, we hardly talk to each other. This is not much more appropriate. Next one is appropriate. We hardly talk to each other, although she is my colleague. Because the weather is bad, we decide not to go out. Wrong. We decide not to go out because the weather is bad. Okay. Before I go to bed, I have a glass of milk. I have a glass of milk before I go to bed. This is the correct use of the sentence with conjunction before. After the accident, he decided to give up his job. He decided to give up his job after the accident. Understand? Now, there are some ideas about the conjunction that as a conjunction is commonly used. You might have seen people that they mostly use the conjunction that. Okay. Actually, that introduces the that clause. That clause can be the subject or object of a sentence. It can be anyone. It can be a subject. Okay. And that can be an object of a sentence. That can be left out, but not if it begins a clause. Understand? Now, for example, he said that he was catching fish in the river. She was so angry that she couldn't sleep. They are hoping that their missing dog will come home. It is possible that the murderer is her own husband. It is true that my grandfather wrote a book about my grandfather. So these are the examples of about some basic ideas of the conjunction that. Okay. We can leave out that conjunction wherever it may appear in a sentence, but not if it is at the beginning. Okay. For example, if I would say he said that he would help me with my homework, so this is correct. But when I say he said he would help me with my homework, so you have seen here I have not used that, but this is also correct use. Okay. If I say it is true that her grandmother is 100 years old, Then if I say, it is true her grandmother is 100 years old. So both the sentences are correct with that and without that. Okay. Then if I say that he didn't know anything about it is no excuse. And he didn't know anything about it is no excuse. So both the sentences are correct with, in the first one with that, and in second one without that. Okay. So that's all about the conjunction that. So that's all about conjunction. Okay. Thank you so much.